This is an eco-tank, life, an ecosystem, inside a tank of glass. A multitude of different critters live in here, ranging from the tiny to the long and multi-legged. These are creatures you may see in an everyday garden, and these are their stories. In this eco-tank, you can find a variety of different critters. One of the most common is the wood lice. While commonly called potato bugs, these critters are not closely related to insects at all. Instead, they are a type of isopod, crustaceans more closely related to shrimp and crabs. Like other crustaceans, isopods use gills to breathe. Their gills are located at the back of their bodies and have been modified to breathe air. However, they must still be kept moist, as they need the moisture to function and prevent the isopod from suffocating. Beyond this, the large adults have nothing to fear beyond starvation, as nothing in the ecosphere can pierce their tank-like armor. Even the smaller isopods have little to fear, as the centipede is too small to threaten most of them, and the earwigs prefer dead critters to live. The only time the isopods need to fear any sort of attack is after they're molt, where their armor is soft and still needs to harden. Instead, their survival is dependent on whether or not they can compete with the other organisms in this ecosphere for space and for food. One such rival is another multi-legged critter in this ecosphere, the greenhouse millipede. Like the isopod, the millipede is a detritivore, a cleaner, feeding on the same food sources as the isopod, ranging from plant and fungal matter to dead insects. The isopods do have one advantage over their fellow multi-legged critter, and that is the fact that they can climb. This means that they can access food that the millipedes can't, and this may be crucial in the future. While the millipedes can't climb like the isopods, they do have an easier time finding shelter, as their smaller size and more slender shape allows them to find homes in more narrow crevices. This means that they, unlike the isopods, have less of a need to compete for space. It also means that if, say, a centipede gets large enough to hunt either species, the millipede might be able to slip away easier and survive to keep the ecosphere clean for another day. This is life in the ecosphere, about to survive, eat, and grow. Next time on Life in the Ecosphere, we go from the multi-legged to the one-footed and explore the life of one of the biggest pests one can find in a garden.